Okay, good afternoon and welcome to this afternoon's press conference to preview the Liverpool game. Today we'll operate in the usual format with two sections. Firstly, the broadcast section, and then secondly, the daily newspaper section. A reminder that after the game tomorrow night, we will preview the Everton game on Monday, and there won't be another press conference this week. So we'll begin today's with Aidan McGee, Sky Sports News.
Thanks, Adrian. Good afternoon, Thomas. Could you give us a bit of injury news, please, if possible? How is Thiago Silva and the latest on Callum Hudson-Odoi as well?
Callum is no issue at all. He was training full with the team yesterday, and Thiago made his first training with the team, but did not finish the last exercise, so not of any pain or something, just to be aware of taking no risk. So I assume he is in training today, but he's not at 100%, so he will not join the squad yet for Liverpool. Everybody else is available. Tammy has some problems yesterday on the ankle again, so let's see how this works out today.
So Tammy Abraham, wasn't in the 18 for the United game. What does he have to do to become a successful player within your plans, and is he capable of reaching the level that you as a coach require of him?
Yeah, I think so, and this is my job to push him to his limits, and we will not stop doing this and supporting him. It was a tough decision, but is when everybody comes back now, and with Thiago Silva coming back and hopefully nobody injured, we have these decisions to make. This is a part of my job, which I do not like, and at the same time I like it because it means that we have everybody available, and then you have to take these decisions, which we communicate normally clearly. We have to cut it down to 18 players in the field, so it's in the end also not always a punishment or a signal for a player that it's not enough. In this case it was actually exactly like this. It was not a signal or punishment. It was just a choice from alternatives on which position, who starts, who can come from the bench, and he lacks a little bit of luck, Tammy, not only in the games but also in training. And once the last touch comes back and he's fighting hard for it, he will stay a player that we will push forward.
The record of visiting teams to Anfield recently, we saw Brighton win there, Burnley, Manchester City, Everton, even West Brom managed to get a point. Should there be a reasonable expectation that you at the very least have a very, very good chance of winning this game?
We have always a chance to win any game. Because we have self-confidence, we have good shape, we have everything what it needs to win against everybody and to be a tough opponent. At the same time, you can always lose games in Premier League and in all competition that we play, because it's the toughest competitions that you can face. So I'm pretty relaxed about that. Of course, I'm pretty sure that Liverpool miss their fans like we miss their fans. I know from experience, and you know maybe even better than me, what an impact the crowd at Anfield can have on their team. And they dropped points, sometimes deserved, but many times also not deserved. And there was also a streak of very unlucky results. It is one of the strongest teams in Europe. They proved this again in Leipzig, one of the best managers in Europe. They have there's no doubt about it, but we are confident enough to go there and prepare ourselves what we have to do to win. And this is nothing else but a top A-level performance.
Manchester City suffered a very difficult season last year, especially with injuries. They're now 15 points clear at the top of the Premier League. Liverpool were the best team in the country last season. They're having difficulties this year. Does it give you hope, therefore, that because we've seen in those two examples that fortunes can change very quickly, could Chelsea be a team capable of making a quick transition in the next few months,
hopefully,
to become title challengers next season?
Hopefully. It's our job. Nothing else is the job than this. There is now time in football, although we wish for time in football, so we want to be part of the transition and do the transition, and while we are doing the transition we want to win games. This is absolutely clear, but we feel ready for that, and I like I said, we have all the right to be confident, and we played now with Atletico Madrid and with Man United. Two big opponents. We had two good performances. We are absolutely able to compete on that level. Super close games, and we are always ready to win these games. And this is why we are here, to create that spirit and to bring out that talent and that quality. And the team is doing that. And it was an unbelievable run from Manchester City. So these are strange times, and the results are a bit strange in terms of Corona and no spectators. So it has an effect clearly on the results, and everybody is suffering in the same way. And for me, the two teams are still the benchmark. Liverpool, of course, and Manchester City, they are the benchmark, and we want to close the gap. And the gap is not too big that we cannot close it within months and weeks and months. And this is the target.
Last one, please, Aidan.
Yeah, sure. I'm going to move down a bit to the next question. Obviously, Jurgen Klopp is a man that you know well. What do you feel was the key to success in English football over the last 5 years, and do you believe in rivalries between coaches? Is that what's going to have to develop between you two if you are to overcome Liverpool and take their place at the top of the English game?
What do we have? I didn't understand the last part of the question.
So do you believe in rivalries between coaches? Do you have to get the better of another coach? Do you believe in, especially someone you've had history with or you know very well with Jurgen Klopp?
Yes and no. Like, of course, there are coaches, and when in the moment I enter Premier League, you enter a competition also not only with the best clubs but also with the best coaches in the world. Which one of them is Jurgen, clearly, and he has proven that, and in many clubs and many years here. And so, brings me out of bed early, because it's the challenge for me to play against him and his teams. But in the end, we will not meet up for a game of paddle or paddle court tennis or for a tennis match 1-on-1. We will play with our teams, and we will have to be prepared. You know, Jurgen is what he proved is outstanding. He transformed any club into a unit where he worked, and he was in all the 3 clubs he worked as a manager. He is a big part. Even when he leaves, he stays a big part in these clubs, in the heart of the fans, and in the history of the clubs, which is a huge success. And he has done that now even abroad in the most difficult league, and transformed Liverpool to a winning machine, and to a team that it's super hard to play against. And he is it's a union between his players always and him, and this is what you face when you play teams against him. It's a bit similar to the unit that is between that we experience now between the players and the group of Atletico and Diego Simeone. They are really together, and like I said, it's a big challenge, but we are up for this challenge. We feel very strong, and we are happy to have these as regular games. That means we are on the highest level. This is where we want to compete.
John Southall, 5 Live.
Hi Thomas. What kind of relationship do you have with Jurgen Klopp? Have you learned from him over the years? Has he learned from you? How would you explain your relationship?
We know each other. Of course, we know each other, but maybe not so good that everybody expects. Because I came into Mainz in the academy, and this was exactly the year when he left. So we never met in Mainz actually. And then I was his successor?
Yeah.
Successor in Dortmund. So we did also naturally not meet. Of course, we meet when there's a farewell game for a player that we both coached in Mainz, and then we meet and we sit together and talk. It's a lot of fun to talk to him, and this is super interesting. We meet at coaches meetings when there's UEFA meetings, of course, and we use the time to have lunch or dinner together around these meetings. And it's always super funny and always super nice to talk to him, and very, very interesting. And but it's not as close as you can like it seems maybe.
Did you speak to him at all before you came to Chelsea, before you took the job? Did you ask him about the Premier League and what you could expect?
No. I was pretty. It was pretty clear what I expect from Premier League. I mean, I was talking to him and talking to Pep regularly, and have their feelings about it when we meet. When I was the coach in Dortmund and in Paris, and we meet in Champions League and on these coaches meetings, the feedback was always pretty clear, and so I stepped into this adventure without his advice. If I called him, I hoped he would have held me back, because he does not want to play against me, but I'm not sure. No, I'm just joking. No, it's nice to meet him. It's always nice to meet him. It's super hard to play against him and his teams. Like I said, for me, Liverpool with Jürgen and City with Pep are the two teams who are the benchmark. To these teams, we have to close the gap, and this is our target, and we are fighting hard for this. And I don't feel that I fight alone. I have a strong club behind me, and I have a strong team at my side, so it feels good.
Last one, John.
Yeah, it's funny. How would you sum up your experience so far? Then you're what, 5-6 weeks into this journey over here. Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's quite. I'm tired in the evening when I go to bed, which is a good thing. So it's quite demanding. It's a big challenge. We have a lot to do, a lot to learn, many things to adapt and many things to learn. And at the same time, is in personal life, it's not too easy to be separated and all alone and sit in the hotel room and cannot go out to restaurants or do whatever. So to live in this bubble feels like a double and triple bubble in some moments. But job-wise is a great experience, and I don't want to miss 1 minute. Like I said before, and I can only just repeat, we feel big support from the club. It's an amazing challenge. It's an amazing league. I like my team a lot. I like all the guys here in the staff a lot, and we feel safe and comfortable that we are not alone in this challenge that we are up to, and this. It's a lot of choice so far.
Emma Saunders, PLP.
Hi Thomas.
Hi.
With Chelsea 5th, Liverpool 6th, just the 1 point between you at the moment, do you see this game as being quite pivotal in the race for the top 4?
We know about the constellation, but we know also that we have still 12 matches to go, so it will not, no matter what result we get out of tomorrow, it will not be the end of the race for the top 4. But like you said, it is a big importance, and it is a big importance also in which way we play this. I hope we can show up in the same mentality and in the same attitude like we faced all the tough challenges we had so far, and there were quite a lot. So this week brings it up quite to the highest level you can imagine, with Atletico, Man U, Liverpool and Everton in the race for Champions League, and of course in the race for the top 4. And this race will go. For my opinion, this race will go on until till just the end of the 12 games we have to play. But tomorrow, I agree with you, is a very important fixture. We have the chance to keep them on distance, and this is what we're up for.
Just one more from me.
Yeah.
How much are you looking forward to taking your Chelsea team to Anfield? You know, when you look back on your decision to take the job as head coach, was it these kinds of opportunities, these kind of challenges you were looking forward to the most?
Yeah, absolutely. These are the fixtures, like the London Derby, and now taking the team to Anfield and playing these games as regular games and not Champions League games, because they feel like Champions League games. This is what you do not, normally you don't dare to dream of when you're a player like me and not on the highest level. Normally you watch these games, the normal thing is to watch these games on TV and be excited, and this is what I would do normally now. So I'm part of it. I'm very grateful for that, and makes me feel alive, definitely, and I'm very happy. And at the same time, to not only arrive on this level, but to arrive with a club and a team like my team in the moment, this is the best feeling, that okay, I arrive with a team that is competitive and that is up for a win, and that we prepare these games to win the games. This is the best feeling that you can have as a coach.
Last question, James at TalkSport.
Thomas, how do you feel about those comparisons between yourself and Jurgen Klopp? Is it nice now to be on an even playing field, both coaching sides towards the top of the table in one division?
Yeah, yes and no, but yes, because this is the challenge we are all looking for. This is the highest, this is the benchmark in terms of league-wise, and of course in the Liverpool side at Anfield that we are facing now. And we were absolutely aware of this, that we step into the biggest challenge, the best players play here, the strongest clubs, the strongest league, and we have to face teams with the best managers. And I'm pretty relaxed about all the comparisons between, if there are comparisons between Jürgen and me. But this is what we're up for, clearly, and it stays one of the toughest challenges to play at Anfield, and we want to get out the most of it.
And finally, if I can ask you, it's now 100 days to go until the Euros. How conscious and how wary are you of the effect that your selections are having on some of your players' chances of featuring this summer in that competition?
Man, I'm very honest, not at all. When you talk now about the Euros, it's more like for me, yes, there are Euros. No, I don't want to be influenced by that. I know very well that the players have personal interests, and this is absolutely okay. And I hope they fight for their personal interest. I really hope they give out their very best. And their personal interest is to be on the pitch for Chelsea, and hopefully also to be on the pitch for their national team. That shows their ambition, that shows their quality. But my job as a manager from Chelsea, I cannot be influenced by a decision that has maybe an impact on the national coach's decision or on the player's future with his national team. Honestly, to be very honest, I like to play them here, everybody, and then they can all stay with me during the summer, do a relaxed vacations, and come for pre-season. This would be my personal choice, but this will not happen. So I'm aware of it, but not in the way that it can influence my choice. My choices are made to win games with Chelsea and nothing else.
Okay, that's the end of the broadcast section. So